My heart is beating 1,000,000 miles an hour, though.
Is this scarier than when you proposed to me?
It's pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty close. No, it was definitely scarier when I proposed.
You just cried a lot.
I did cry a lot. But here, I'm probably not gonna cry, so there's the difference.
There's always a possibility.
I'm crying.
Not this episode.
I mean, if I cry, I don't think anyone's gonna listen after that.
No.
Should we try and start the actual show?
We're gonna intro.
Yeah.
For the first time.
I know, but how do we do it?
I don't know. Not cheesy.
Should we take turns? You do your intro, and then I'll try one.
And we let America decide.
Right. Yeah, they can decide. There you go.
They hate us both. They don't want either one.
Equally, right.
Yes.
Well, they're going to hear a lot of us, so.
That's true. Alrighty. Hey guys, welcome to the Strive Nation podcast with Cory and Tay. We are your lovely millennial hosts.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
That's pretty good. You want to hear mine? Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Strive Nation podcast, the podcast where we talk about the craziness of 2020 and how we can relate to you with the monotony of our own lives. I'm joined to you with my constant co-host, Taylor Huff. Let's get into it. Okay. Should we talk about why
we're called Strive Nation?
Yeah, why we're here. Why Strive Nation?
That's a good question. People will be confused if we don't tell them.
Right. So, I came up with the idea a while ago. Strive Nation originally was, obviously everyone knows that 2020 has been crazy, but even before that it was crazy. It's like as soon as Donald Trump got elected, everything kind of turned upside down. People I feel like a lot of people just want to live their lives. They're trying to live their lives, and some people are literally losing their minds.
Yeah. There's a lot going on, especially in our, past year. We've had a lot change, last 2 years for us, and we just kind of keep pushing through, keep, trying to make it into, a positive.
We plan on bringing you segments like life advice segments, rant over segments, things that you guys can really get behind. It's basically about our daily life, relating to you on a level that you can understand and appreciate. That's what Strive Nation podcast is all about. So that's what we're doing. We've ponied up the courage to do this podcast.
Yes.
And I'm really excited.
Yeah. So speaking of striving, we're going to talk about how we strive to move here.
Oh, dear.
And all of that craziness.
Oh, dear. Yeah, so why don't you tell everyone how that started? Because I basically am just along for the ride for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, you're along for the ride. My company opened some stores here. I'm a retail store manager. And they're like, hey, we know you want to leave Appleton, Wisconsin, of all places, and you want to move somewhere. Would you move to Nashville? And I said yes, and then begged Cory to move with me because he kind of didn't have a choice.
Not really. But I'm one of those guys, if you love someone, you're going to fulfill their dreams as much as they want, I would hope she would do the same for me if I was just, hey, let's get up and move somewhere because I had a passion. So that's what we did. I gave up a lot of things, which we can talk a lot more about that.
Okay, so before we talk about moving and our lives and all that stuff, each week, we're going to talk about our upvotes and our downvotes. Upvotes are obviously the things that we love or the things that we're liking. Maybe it's something good we saw this week. Maybe I just ate a chocolate chip cookie and I'm real happy about it. And then our downvotes are obviously the opposite, like something bad that happened or like something we just hate. Cory, what is your upvote for the week?
Okay, so I actually just found this out right before recording this. Tasha's, Reality Steve?
Yeah, Reality Steve.
So Reality Steve basically leaks everything related to Bachelor, Bachelorette, and I guess Tasha is going to be the Bachelorette because Claire, a bunch of drama with Claire, which I'm super glad about because I don't like Claire. Claire Crawley was supposed to be the Bachelorette. And supposedly, she found her true love, and she doesn't want to be the Bachelorette anymore. And I'm like so jacked that she's not, because I watched her on Juan Pablo season and wanted to drown myself. So yeah, that is totally my upvote, is that Tayshia's the new Bachelorette.
I found out some more info.
Oh my gosh.
Claire Crawley apparently locked herself in her hotel room and wouldn't come out for filming.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
She literally protested her her job. So that's why it's Tayshia.
Oh my gosh.
But I like
can't.
her. She's cool.
Wait, Claire?
Tayshia.
Oh.
No,
thank
not
God.
Claire.
Thank God.
Not Claire.
Tayshia's pretty cool. I like Tayshia. She was on Colton season, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's totally my upvote. Super happy about that, because I don't know if I couldn't have withstood the 13 episodes of Claire Crawley. Never gonna happen. I mean, I love The Bachelor and Bachelorette, but never gonna happen.
No, definitely not. My upvote is that today is my day off, and I was trying to figure out stuff for the podcast, and I heard all this really loud music, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I looked outside, and we live right by Lower Broadway. And in Nashville, that's like Nash Vegas. You see all the stereotypical pictures of Nashville. Like, that's where it's at. And it's all closed right now because of COVID. Because of our governor shutting everything down. And then we sneakily reopen and he shuts it down again. It's a whole thing. So all the bartenders and servers were protesting today. And all of the party buses were protesting too. So all these party buses were all lined up doing laps around the courthouse. And they're not like normal party buses. Like, you've got tractors, you've got a truck with hot tubs in the back, you've got trucks with trailers, monster trucks, all these crazy things. And they're all blasting, "We're not going to take it," doing laps. And it was the coolest thing ever. And I thought it was awesome.
I was very upset. I wasn't here to see it. I was at work. You can see everything from our apartment window. You can literally open up our window, all the festivals that happen, all the party buses. You can basically, as they're driving by, scream out to them if you want. It's pretty cool.
Which we've done.
Which we've done. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. What's your downvote? Should we get into that?
Cory loves my downvote because it proves that he's right.
It's so funny.
So our apartment does not have a lot of cabinets, so we have to utilize all of them. And so our Tupperware containers and glass containers are on the very top shelf. And instead of listening to Cory and getting a chair to get it down, or asking him for help because he was here gaming, I decided to try and stand on my tiptoes and just kind of like grasp for them, and hopefully I'd be able to get close enough for they to grab them. Instead, it all fell down, and the glass container fell right on the bridge of my nose, and it hurt really bad, obviously. But the worst part was I had a bruise on either side of my nose, like little small divots, and I had a giant bump on my nose for like, I think it's going on like 2 weeks now, and I can still feel the bruise.
Oh, it's so funny. But tell them what you said. I was gaming, so like I was dead to the world for all intents and purposes. I was dead. What did you say? What did you scream out?
I was really cranky.
Oh, she was so mad at me.
And I was being sarcastic because no one came to my aid.
Hey, I didn't know, okay? I thought she was being totally, like, facetious when she said this.
I said, "Don't worry, I'm fine."
Yeah, and I took it as facetious, like she's like, "Please, I'm destroying the kitchen," because she normally does when she cooks. So I was like, "Oh, she's just destroying the kitchen."
It was a loud noise. Everything fell on top of me. Everything. And then the heaviest thing at the end fell right on my face.
Well, that's a lot of times it's because you use like...
I know. I shouldn't have done it. I've learned my lesson.
They're high. You're not tall enough. Just face it.
I got a chair today.
Okay, that's good.
What is your downvote? Because I can make fun of you now.
No, it's her turn. But okay, but it's really not that funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. So for those of you who know what it is, a lot of people don't. It's this weird thing that happens to mostly males, but I got gout this week. It was so painful. For those of you who don't know what gout is basically where these uric acids from eating, either you drink too much alcohol or you eat too many fatty foods, things like peanuts. These uric acids build up in your joints and primarily in the big toe. That's why they call it like the old fat king disease.
Rich fat man
Right,
disease.
right. So I got that in my left toe this week, and it was incredibly painful. Like, I'm talking, the flare-up happened at 1:30 a.m., lasted like 5 hours, just constant searing, throbbing pain. It was a lot. It was crazy. It was insane. I basically was just trying to freeze it for as long as I could manage.
Instead of waking me up to help him, he crawled to the kitchen, and I came home, and he had an ice pack shoved into a wine ice pack on his foot.
Well, the freaking wine koozie was a perfect fit for my foot, so it was fantastic.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was great. But it wasn't that it lasted a long time. I guess the flare-ups only last 24 to 48 hours. So it's not like, it was like this long monthly thing. Like I used to have a tendonitis that lasted months, but it wasn't like that. It was pretty fast, but the problem was I had to work on it the next day, and I was limping around everywhere. So yeah, it was quite horrible.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
upvote, downvote.
Yeah, I think so. Every week we're gonna do segments like this. Very exciting.
Maybe we'll share your upvotes and downvotes.
Yeah,
eventually.
Maybe.
If they don't suck.
If they don't suck, yeah. If they're actually good, we'll be the judges. But
yes, we'll judge you and then put it out for the world to hear.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Should we jump into our main topic?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
About us moving to Nashville.
Yeah. We should probably talk about it.
Yeah. So we moved here from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Because of my job. I have a super fancy job. Not really. I'm a store manager of a retail store. They wanted to open 2 locations here and knew I wanted to leave Wisconsin as fast as possible and get as far as possible away. So they offered it to me, basically. And then Cory was along for the ride and got dragged down here.
Yeah, pretty much. I was excited because we were always going to move somewhere, but we hadn't really pinned a place down. Because originally it was, she really liked Texas because she used to live there, and I always had this, obviously we're both aspiring actors, so of course we were thinking about LA, Cali, that whole thing. LA is kind of crazy right now, so
that's a dumpster fire right now.
Kind of, yeah, it's kind of dumpster fire. So we didn't actually do that, but she got the job opportunity, and she was also worried, I feel like, that we were never going to leave if she didn't leave for this.
I did. I kind of just forced us to make the leap. Because everyone always talks about leaving, and everyone always talks about moving away from their hometowns, but very few people actually do it. So it was, I'm not going to say a good excuse, but it was a good way to get us out of our town. Also, my company paid to move us.
Yeah, that was actually really nice.
So we didn't have the typical moving costs that most people do. We had things covered, which was awesome, and that was really beneficial. And they don't tell you when you're moving for a company that you don't get a lot of time to apartment hunt.
Oh, yeah. that was very fast.
Yeah, we got a 2-day apartment trip. I mean, it's not actually 2 days when you consider all the flying and picking up rental cars and checking into hotels and all of that. So we had pretty much one full day to find an apartment. And we realized...
Yeah, it was basically 1 day of driving around looking at apartments is what it was.
Yeah. And we did a bunch of research online. But online is not the same in person.
No.
As we've learned.
No. I mean, it was stressful. It was exciting too. Stressful and exciting at the same time. Because change, it's scary. If you look at it like a positive change, like it's a part of growth, then you're never going to know the true merit of your potential if you don't move, or you don't change jobs, or you don't try new things. Either way, so we were apartment hunting, and we looked at probably six to 8 places, I think.
Yeah.
There was only one that really jumped out, which we ended up picking, obviously. Some of those were quite...
They were terrible.
Yeah.
They were like frat houses. We won't say names. Because...
Why? We could totally say names. We could totally say names.
You don't think they're listening? Probably not.
I mean, they don't care.
This is definitely not the podcast those people listen to.
Right. But it was filled with a whole bunch of, again, we say millennials, but it was a whole bunch of party millennials. And yeah, I've been there, I went to college and everything, and I like that atmosphere sometimes, but 24/7, no thanks.
No. My gripe was that the floor of the elevator had like chunks missing out of it, and that was very concerning.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty
There was
sketch.
holes in everything.
Yeah, it was really sketch. And like, here's the thing: online, when you're looking at the tour, okay, and for those of you who've toured apartments, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because online they're pictured to perfection, right?
They look so nice.
They do. They look fantastic, and this place was not that. There was like cigarette butts lying around and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a rooftop pool, and we went up there, and he's like, "This is our beautiful rooftop pool," and it was littered with like Busch Light cans and cigarettes, and it was disgusting.
Yeah, not to mention like all the teens partying and smoking weed up there. That was nice.
Yeah, it was not for us.
Yeah.
And Cory was not about it.
I'm like a pretty eccentric dude. I'm very, very, I have like some pretty crazy OCD at home. Everything's got to be neat, not tidy, organized. And I'm very, very particular in the place that I live. So this was not cutting the mustard. It's not going to happen.
You can't organize your pantry in that kind of environment.
Well, yeah, it was dodgy. It was dark. It was gloomy. It was not a good place to check out. So we stuck with Stahlman.
Yes. Which we didn't even think we'd be able to move into. So that was exciting. We just walked in on a whim. And we're like, please, do you have any open units?
It was luck.
It was sheer luck.
It was luck that this place was open.
This was also the very first apartment that when we Googled Nashville apartments, this one popped up.
Well, and that's because apparently it's one of the oldest historical buildings in Nashville.
Yeah.
Because it used to be a bank.
It used to be a bank and a radio station and a hair salon and
Right.
a whole bunch of other things.
And the original bank vault is still in the basement.
Cory's favorite fact.
Hey, I love that it's down there. It's really cool.
Anyone who comes to visit gets to see it.
Yeah. It looks like something from the movie Time Machine, if anyone's seen that movie. It looks kind of like the Time Machine, actually, like the Time Machine itself.
I haven't seen that movie.
It's okay.
Oh.
It's not the best. But it looks like the Time Machine in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We found our home
we did.
in 24 hours. We were filling out our lease paperwork while we were sitting in the airport.
Yeah.
And we were on different flights. So we were sitting together trying to frantically do it before the other one left.
Well, it was like one of those things where we had a very limited time, but also when you're particular and you have the spot that you know that you want, if you would have gotten anything else, you would have been extremely upset. Like, I would have regretted any other place.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been beside myself. And in the back of your mind, you're like, no. If you would have got somewhere else, you'd be like, I should have got the other place. And then the whole time you're there, you're thinking about that too. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like your second pick. No one wants to be the second pick.
Yeah, that's true.
It's beautiful here, though. It is absolutely beautiful.
We love it.
Despite how expensive it is beautiful.
That's true.
Ultimately, I'm super glad that we lived here.
Yeah, me too. It was a lot of work. There's a lot of sacrifices to moving here.
Right. On both sides.
Yeah. Like, I'm really close with my family.
Yeah.
Like, all
Family girl.
my bajillion siblings. So moving away from them was hard. And then also, like, I used to teach dance on top of my job. And that was my creative outlet / job / hobby. And I don't do that. Well, I still go to dance class, but, like, I don't teach anymore. I'm not the creative director anymore. So, like, that was hard for me. But I feel like I didn't have as many sacrifices as you because I was still keeping my job.
Yeah, well, and you were moving for a reason, whereas the reason I was moving was for you. Mm-hmm. There was nothing in Nashville for me. Yeah, it was exciting because Nashville's kind of a very growing, upcoming city with a bunch of fun, interesting things happening all the time, whereas Green Bay, Wisconsin isn't necessarily the most exciting place. I mean, and here's the thing. People live in different places, and they'll say it about different places, right? So people who've never seen Green Bay, they might go, oh my gosh, Green Bay looks fantastic. So it's like the grass is always greener on the other side. But
yeah.
We had to get out of there.
It was not for us. We're just not Wisconsinite kind of people.
It's cold there.
It's really cold.
It's cold.
And you got Lambeau.
Lambeau's cool, though.
Lambeau's amazing. But that's like the one thing. People are like, you're from Wisconsin. Packers. beer and cheese. I'm like,
It's like everyone, though.
that's what there is.
Yeah, that's pretty much everyone.
Yeah. And I mean, there's really nothing else.
Lots of drinking, I would say.
Yes. That's about it.
That's about it. It's fine. It's fine. But the biggest reason, I mean, like, if we didn't have the winters that we did, it wouldn't be nearly as bad.
Says every person from Wisconsin.
Right. Well, and people who don't know, if anyone who lives in the north, they know how horrible the snow is. The slush, the cold, -30, -40, no thanks.
Yeah.
You know. So, but yeah, that was a big reason why I wanted to leave. Yeah, we both gave up a lot. I mean, I gave up my entire family pretty much. I don't have anyone in the south. Yeah, I've lived there my whole life. Being 29, that's a really long time to live in one place.
And your family all lives there.
Yeah.
Versus mine doesn't. Mine lives kind of all spread out.
Right.
All over. So it was easier for me because in my family it's normal to like move a lot to very different places.
Well, and your family's kind of all over too, and you have a big family.
Yeah.
Much, on both sides, sort of.
Mish.
They're all over.
Yeah, but your entire family is in Wisconsin.
Right, everyone. I've got no one down here.
Yeah.
So that was kind of rough. But on top of that, giving up a pretty good paying job to go into a field that I've never been in. It was like literally starting new. It's not like, I mean, I graduated from college. I have a bachelor's in arts, a bachelor's in theater. When you're trying to pay the bills, that isn't necessarily super practical. So it was basically throwing me out. You're like, here, big fish, little pond. Here you go, little fish. Dive into this ocean. Good luck. Like,
yeah.
That's basically what it was.
Pretty much.
It was scary. And I try not to think about it that way because it can be daunting thinking about how big some of the choices that you make are. But sometimes you just got to do them because if you don't, then you can't have a fiance that loves her job like she does. So, yeah.
Yeah, it pushed you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
It made you try new things.
Right. And that's the point.
Yeah. That's the whole point.
And on top of that, both families, your family's super supportive of you leaving, my family not supportive of me leaving at all.
No.
Which I can understand too, because family members love you. They don't want to see you go. Mm-hmm. And so it's not, it can seem like a selfish reason to not want someone to go. I can completely understand it.
Yeah.
Like I get where they're coming from. But it doesn't change it, you know? Just because they wish you would stay because they would miss you doesn't mean that you shouldn't go because ultimately it's your life that you have to live.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to keep doing things for yourself. I mean, it sounds selfish, but you have to keep going. I'm going to assume we're going to keep moving for a while.
Until the idea of a French bulldog finally takes hold.
Oh, I need a French bulldog.
Yeah, so we want a French bulldog real bad, but we're disciplining ourselves because we are disciplined individuals that don't need an animal right now because we don't have the time for one.
It's hard. It's very hard. I'm so far into French bulldog Instagram that now several accounts follow me, and it's kind of the highlight of my entire life. That's how obsessed I am right now.
Yeah, it's like a normal thing for her to whip out her Instagram and be like, look at the cute puppy. And I'm like, oh, God.
My entire feed is French bulldogs.
Yeah.
It's very healthy for myself.
Oh, but they're so cute.
I know.
They are so cute.
And we have names, too, which is I think it makes it worse because I just, I need them. I need
them.
I do. I know how girls feel about babies because I don't want babies, but I want French bulldogs so bad.
Yeah, it's like our babies will be our French bulldogs.
Yes.
And they will be cute.
And they'll be spoiled.
They will be spoiled. I don't think our apartment's big enough anyways right now.
No.
Honestly, for 2 dogs. I mean, it's pretty small. I don't even remember what the square footage is on this place.
It's like 800 or something.
No way.
Yes, it is.
It's way less than that.
No.
760?
With all the closets and crap.
Okay. I don't know.
The
It's small.
Living space is smaller.
The living space is really small. Oh, I thought it was like 670.
No, that's like a studio.
That's like Harry Potter under the steps is what that is.
It's not that bad.
That's like under the cupboard.
Oh my God. I did have issues with us moving into this apartment. Like we moved in and the first night we were like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is amazing. Let's run up and down the one hallway we have. That's like 4 feet long. And then all of our stuff came. We realized how small it was. And I had like a full mental breakdown.
She kind of did, which is nice because normally it's me.
It's always you.
Yeah.
But I was just really upset that I couldn't have 6 pie tins.
It was kind of over that, yeah.
Definitely over that. I was freaking out about the kitchen, man.
Yeah.
I mean, which now looking back, that's ridiculous. I don't need 6 pie dishes and like 4 glass casserole pans. But you know what? Last year I thought I did.
Well, I can see why, though. You're moving into a new place, and you have to feel like you have a part of it, too. Right? Because
Yeah.
I have a computer desk and my gaming chair and gaming desk and everything.
And it's really large.
And it's really large, and she hates the look of it, and it's very techie looking.
Dunder and Mifflin
And,
desk.
and she wanted to put it in the living room, and that wasn't going to work because our living room is not huge.
Well,
And
I see that now. I just had, I had to cry. I had to freak out for like 30 minutes. And then I got over it.
our bedroom's pretty empty as far as the walls go.
Yeah, that's true.
But the living room looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's because we took all of the artwork from our entire last apartment and put on one wall of the apartment here.
It's like a feature wall.
Yeah, just slapped it all on there.
It's so cool, though. It is so cool looking. I just want more.
Neat.
I want more to add to it.
We'll get there.
Yeah, our apartment is basically a few pieces of furniture and like 500 wine bottles.
Yeah,
That's
accurate.
basically what the apartment is.
We drink a lot of wine.
We do.
Wine is like our thing.
Our alcohol beverage of choice.
Not really. Give me a press, but hard seltzer.
Press is good. I think I overdid it last time I drank Press though, because now I drink it and I taste acid like every time.
I think you're just weird.
I'm probably just weird. Give me a beer. I'll drink a beer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Drink your Miller.
Oh god.
You're a good Wisconsin boy.
Yeah. Well, I had to change. I had to change from Bud Light. So much for getting a Bud Light sponsorship. It's Miller Park, the Brewers. I don't even watch baseball.
You don't.
Oh well.
Nope.
Okay, where were we?
Talking about our family.
Right, talking about the differences in our family's disposition towards our move.
They're all cool with it now.
Yeah, I mean, they're cool with it now, I think. It's just one of those things where, I mean, how long can you really be upset by it? When you get used to the fact that your darling baby boy isn't here anymore.
Oh my god. Darling baby boy.
Yeah, I was the golden child, man. I was the only boy. They didn't want to see me go.
Yeah. But they came down and visited last fall, and I
They
think
did.
that helped a lot.
And they really liked it here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
Not the
pretty
heat
cool.
so much, but
Not the heat. Well, they're all used to the cold though. So I mean, it is what it is. But-
everyone who visits, oh my god, it's so hot here.
Yeah, but it's so nice. Come on.
90
Yeah.
all day. That's not even a hard decision.
Unless you're working in it, because that's kind of rough.
Nah, I'm fine.
Nah,
with it.
nah. I'm just
I'll
gonna
just wear a
work.
bikini while I work.
Right.
I'll get a tan.
I don't think about that much. That my parents were so beside themselves. Like they were taking it out on you a lot.
Yeah, that was.
And here's the thing, for those of you that
Rough.
are coupled up, have significant others, I'm in the position to always tell Taylor how I feel about things. Open communication, hardcore, right?
Yeah.
So I would tell her things that my parents would tell me that I probably would have been better off if I never did.
Yeah, I shouldn't have known.
Well, it was things, they would say things that just weren't really nice, and she would take super offense to it. And then that caused a weird rift sort of between them.
Yeah.
Because there was this pent-up resentment towards each other because she was the girl taking their boy away. From their point of view, it was all selfish. She wasn't looking out for my best interest. On the other side, her family, like at least they didn't ask me. They talked to you about it, that they were seeing how I felt about the move.
Yeah. No, my parents were definitely really concerned with you and how you're feeling about it, because I know your family had never really lived anywhere else.
No.
And then they were concerned with how is he going to find a job? How can we help?
It was rough to get through, but we had a going away party. That was pretty cool. Even then, it was like everyone just separated.
That was such a rough party.
I liked the party. It was just all of the people, they hung out in like these little cliques.
You don't know, but before the party, I had a panic attack and I was crying in my mom's closet.
Wow.
And she fed me lots of alcohol before we got there.
That's nice.
Yeah, we got ready and I chugged like 3 old fashions.
You were just nervous about like seeing my parents?
I was just losing my mind because I knew everyone was beating each other and everyone was mad at each other.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird... My family had a great time talking to each other, and her family, I feel like, thought it was kind of awkward. Probably. Yeah.
I think everyone just had different expectations, and everyone knew what the other side was saying, and it was just awkward. It was like two like cliques of a high school clashing.
Kind of.
For the first time.
And then both families hanging out on each side of the dance floor waiting for someone to go over and ask the other to dance. If you know exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what it was.
Yes.
Both like staring at each other and wondering who's going to muster up the courage to go talk. Your stepmom was super outgoing.
Shell?
Yeah.
Shell could talk to a brick wall.
Yeah, she was super outgoing.
She's also a military wife, so like that's literally her job. Is to be able to talk to everyone.
I don't know, the personalities of everyone.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
I know.
It's crazy.
We'll redo it eventually. Our wedding.
We're getting married, so...
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually we're getting married. So
Don't ask.
They're gonna be forced to coincide with one another again.
God.
They have to get along. Eventually.
Eventually.
Because we're not breaking up.
No.
Ever.
Nope, you're stuck with me. We don't have a date, but...
We don't.
We'll get there.
But we keep saying, well, I keep saying like mid-30s on the upper side. 36 is what I keep saying. But she's like 35 at the latest. So
wait, if you're 36, how old am I?
33, maybe? Yes. Is this where we find out where I don't know your actual age?
No, I think that's right.
Yeah, you're 3 years younger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
33.
33 and 36. That's not bad.
How far away is that? Math is hard.
It's
6
like
years?
6 years. Okay, so maybe not that far.
I could do like 31.
31? That's like...
4 years?
4 years away?
That's plenty of time.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I gotta stay looking young. It's all about how I look.
Oh, well, it's always about how you look.
And the love of you, but...
And the love of... Well, there it is.
Should we talk about our 3 lonely months?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So, we moved down here, and you had a job that was not good. To put lightly.
Yeah. I needed a job I had a time limit that I needed to get a job. And past that point, it was like I was taking whatever I could get. And I actually took the first job interview because I was worried I was going to run out of money. That's pretty much...
Is that why you took it?
Yeah, I was worried I was going to run out of money. So, I mean, rent being it is what it is. I mean, you had to take what you could get.
That makes sense now.
So, anyways, I started working for, was it like
like an outside
It was like
selling.
an outside sales job.
Yeah, outside sales rep.
Right, an outside sales rep in which I was selling DirecTV in Walmarts. Horrible job. It's stressful as all hell, and it's all commission.
Terrible.
Work for 12 hours and not make a dime. It is incredibly stressful. I was working at this place for 2 months, decided it wasn't paying the bills. Very difficult.
Yeah.
So I decided to go home, but we were separated for a good 3 months.
3 months.
Which is pretty horrible on you.
Yeah, I mean, it helped that before you'd left, I had like started to make 2 friends, which is like the other store manager who lives here. So she's kind of forced to be my friend. And her roommate. So
she was trying to make friends so hard.
I was trying. Man, it's so hard to make friends. And especially Nashville is kind of like a southern version of LA. And I feel like a lot of the girls are just kind of like nasty. Everyone my age is either married and has 5 kids. Or they're like single and like sleeping around. And I don't fall into either category. So it's hard for me to make friends. I also look kind of bitchy. So that makes my chances higher.
What do they call that? RB?
I have RBF.
RBF. You don't really have that, do you think?
I have very bad RBF. My girls are scared of me. And then I talk to them and they're like, when I first started working here, I was really scared of you, but like, you're really nice. It's because I have a really, you know what? This whole mask situation solves my RBF. I can also stick my tongue out at customers and they don't know I'm doing it. So
I guess there's advantages to wearing masks other than keeping everyone safe.
That's true. Although someone called it a snack pack the other day.
What the?
Fucking genius.
What does that mean?
It's from TikTok.
I don't understand. What do you keep food in there?
You put snacks in your mask, and then while you're out and about, you just like, it's in the corner of your mask, use your tongue, and grab it and put it in your mouth and start chewing on it. It's called Snack Pack. So anytime we eat snacks at the store and we're walking onto the sales floor, we go, Snack Pack.
Wow.
But anyways, I found 2 friends.
But it was rough though. You were calling me and you were crying.
It's just because I was alone here. Like, you went back home and you're, like, you had your friends, you had your family.
Yeah, I mean, and I was basically staying at my friend's for 3 months while I was working.
Yeah. Versus I had an empty apartment to myself. And I only knew 2 people in the whole city. And I didn't even, it was like in the beginning stages of friendship. It's not like now. Now I could move in, they probably wouldn't even notice.
Right.
Be like a normal Tuesday. But yeah, so it was hard on me being alone by myself. But I think it was good. I mean, I lived by myself in college.
But then after working at home for a little bit, I came back and everything was hunky-dory. Then the craziness happened, which is a big reason why we're doing this Strive Nation podcast. 2020 hit. And,
which we thought was going to be like great and amazing.
Yeah, we were very excited for 2020.
Yeah. I also find it very ironic now that all of the 20s, roaring 20s themed New Year's Eve parties, and now we have everything from 1920s going on right now.
Oh, geez.
Do you realize that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Are you just realizing that?
That is so crazy.
Deadly virus, prohibition, the
Which
bars
we're
are
gonna
closed.
talk about these things because these things were huge highlights so far of this year for us in Nashville. So we're gonna talk about them in later episodes. It has been crazy.
Yeah. It is our first year living in the city. So we were super excited for spring and everything here in Nashville. Like, I was so excited for Pride and CMA Fest and freaking Kentucky Derby. And then none of it happened.
Right.
So it feels like we haven't lived here a full year.
It's been, how long has it been officially? 11 months? About 11, no, 12.
What?
No, it's over. It's over a year now.
Dude, yeah, we've been here over a year.
Crazy. Yeah, see how well I am with time.
13 months.
Crazy. Yeah. And also, where we live, we're right next to the courthouse building.
We're right across from the courthouse.
Right. So anytime something crazy happens, we are definitely right in the middle.
Literally everything insane that's happened in Nashville
Yeah.
has happened in front of our apartment.
Yeah.
And we have giant windows to see it all.
Yep. The tornado, the riots.
Oh my God.
COVID.
Yeah, we see it all. Which is cool, but it's also, I don't know. It's weird to see it all from, like, your bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, you look outside and see all these things. But it's also, like, a lot of people don't get to have that perspective that we do.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's all an experience, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's, again, why we move to experience new things.
Well, we experienced a lot of things now.
Yeah, crazy amount of things. I mean, small town Wisconsin to big town Tennessee. Big city Tennessee.
Big town Tennessee.
Big town. Small town to big town.
Small town, big town. That sounds like little town. What is that? Little Big Town?
I don't know. Oh, what is that?
It's a country music band.
Oh.
Corey doesn't listen to country music, but we
yeah.
live in freaking Nashville.
Yeah, yes. We moved to Nashville. I don't listen to country music. It is what it is. It is what it is, friends.
Only you.
Only me.
Everyone thinks it's hilarious.
Okay. At heart, my hobbies are more of an LA persuasion, okay?
LA persuasion.
Definitely.
That's true.
Definitely. I mean, I'm getting used to this whole Nashville thing. I love the hot chicken here. That's great. The hot chicken's fantastic.
Hot chicken, and you say yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I do say yes, ma'am.
And pretty much makes you Southern.
Right. Yes, ma'am. And I like to say y'all. That's
Yes.
another thing. Everyone at work makes fun of me for my
Your accent.
my northern Yooper accent. Yeah, I guess
Your abouts.
my about.
Yeah. And you say, oh.
Oh, yeah. the long what are the vowels or whatever? The long
Yeah.
vowels. Yeah, that's indicative of Wisconsin in the north.
When we started dating, you used to say, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
It was all the time. It's okay. You'll turn into a nice Southern boy
Yeah.
with the accent, and your transition will be complete.
Oh, well, that's good. That's
Yes.
good.
But yeah, we're glad we made the move. I think it was good for us to push ourselves to do something different and something that was, I mean, for sure uncomfortable, but has definitely like made us grow into like better adults.
Right. And we're also not the type of people to be locked down with things. I mean, a lot of people think it's kind of weird that we hold specific views that we do, but we are also kind of nomads in a sense. We don't want children.
I love how you look at me like, oh, for love of
right,
God,
like I have to
say
check
you don't want kids.
I have to check in every time I say that, just in case she has some weird epiphany, like miracle change of heart. Well, I think that's it for today. We went through a lot. If you guys made it this far, you guys are troopers. That is awesome. Keep a lookout for episode 2.
Thanks so much for listening. Follow us on all socials at Strive Nation Pod, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Feel free to show your support and check out our Patreon. And remember, when the world is upside down, Strive Nation's right side up. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.